Hey, what's up string keepers, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's topic, I want to talk to you guys about imbalance and balance and what does it mean in that. However, before I go into today's topic, I actually wanted to give a special shout out to Isvan. I've completed my half marathon today and feeling awesome. Continue to keep running. All the best to you. So the last time when Isvan was here in Singapore, he told me that he has stopped running because of his time management and things like that. But after that, when he went back, he has started running again, and really awesome to see him run again. And of course, through that running, he has lost he shed a lot of pounds in that sense. So very awesome. Congratulations to him as well. So just another shout out. I think just before doing this video, we actually had some discussion. Marcin from Poland, when we were in Dortmund, Germany, he was telling me that he wants to quit smoking and drinking in 2023. So hanging there, brother. You can do it, and I'm sure when we meet again in Germany sometime, hopefully you will tell me the good news that you have already quit smoking and drinking. So in today's topic, I want to talk to you guys about imbalance and balance. And the reason for me sharing with you this topic is because I have been receiving a lot of messages in terms of requests in trying to learn how to breed, trying to want to be the best breeder and things like that. So they approach me and they send these messages to me, and one of the common traits that we actually see is that every time when you want to actually achieve balance, or even if you want to achieve simplicity, that you have to actually undergo a lot of imbalance. Like for example, even when you start a new tank, you will require soil, you require filtration, you plants, light, and things like that. So there will be an imbalance in the tank. So that's where you start to cycle the tank, let the tank cycle, and over time from a period of imbalance, and then there's high ammonia, and then it starts to having that bacteria, that nitrogen cycle done well, and after that then you get the balance, and then you can start to put streams in. However, I think one of the fallacy, or one of the things that a lot of products that in the market is trying to say that you can actually cut cycling time all the way down to 3 days, 7 days, and things like that. However, there is really no scientific backing in that sense, because you have to actually undergo that entire cycle. If let's say you don't seed filters from the old tank to new tanks, or you don't use sponges from old tank to new tank. So the entire process requires having that imbalance first before you go into that balance stage. And I think that's also the same for selective breeding. It's also the same for it's like washing out filters and things like that. You have to really go through that imbalance. So imbalance means that you have to sacrifice some time. You have to we have to sacrifice time for the tank to cycle, right? So you cannot rush it. So you have to let it be. Let the tank go through the entire nitrogen process. And that's the same for selective breeding as well. You cannot say that I'm going to wait until 1.5 cm before I start to net them out. If the males are going to fly and then mate with the stock female, then that brood, that entire clutch will not be what you actually want to achieve. So there is a lot of discipline. There's a lot of consistency. So you have to undergo and sacrifice the time to actually do it. It's not that straightforward. What I have been always encouraging is about simplicity. However, simplicity is not about being easy. Easy is it's totally different from simplicity, because simplicity is actually the outcome of going through a very complex, trying to resolve a very complex situation into a simple process. It's not easy process, but a simple process. Easy doesn't get you anywhere, because easy means that you just have a tank, you don't want to cycle, you want to put the things in there, and then you will expect that the streams will multiply and breed, and then you will have a award-winning stream. So there's a lot of this kind of so sometimes you really have to really think about take a step back to actually reevaluate what needs to be done at the very beginning of the design phase, and then before you start implementing. However, I think a lot of breeders want to dive right into it, and then have this being very passionate about streams, just want to go in there, breed a lot of streams, make a quick buck out of it. However, this is not going to happen in the long run, and one of the reasons is because there is always a process, right? And if you are not going through the entire process, you are actually not going to achieve what you are going to actually get. And there are people that actually want to selectively do some of the things that is easy for them, and not follow the entire end-to-end process. And then when 2 to 3 years later, they can come back to me and say that Ben, still there's no success in that, and Merry Christmas to you. The train has left the station, because I have already shared what needs to be done. If you refuse to understand, because this is our free advices, right? Whether you want to take it or you want to flush it down the toilet, that's entirely up to you. And one of the things is that all this information is widely available, and if you keep doing the same thing all over again and have no success in that, you are actually basically where you are 3 years ago. So basically, you have not progressed, you have not improved at all, you are still where it is. However, you have learned the lesson of having tank crashes and things like that, but too bad. So coming back to imbalance and balance, so having that imbalance is important, because, like, for example, if you want to progress on, you want to have new infrastructure, you have to really think through, you have to move tanks around, move racks around, and this is a lot of time and effort and resources being put into it, and that is where the imbalance comes from. So the imbalance, you have to embrace the pain before you can actually progress, and then you have that outcome of what you want. So does stagnating means that you are not improving? So in my opinion, stagnating, which over time, it means that you're actually going backwards and not improving. And and one of the things is because there is a lot of innovation that is coming out. People are actually trying to innovate. The more we share among each other, the more we learn as a entire community. I think that in itself is really helpful. I really encourage people to share their ideas with me. There is no stupid idea. The only stupid idea is the one that you don't share. So I think just share with everybody some of the ideas. It may not be implementable. It may not be implementable now. However, while things progresses on, there will be opportunities that somehow some of the things will make a lot of sense. So, like, for example, one of the things that I'm actually working on right now is is there a way to actually have a better breeder box, or have a holding box, or things like that. Some of the things that I would really encourage breeders out there to share their thoughts on how do we actually improve our breeding boxes. How can we make it more dynamic, in the sense that they can be actually moved around easily. They can be things like that. I think there is a lot of passed down information, and people are not actually thinking through what can be improved on. So I would really encourage everybody to actually think through, to really think through how you can actually improve in terms of your, regardless whether it's selection, whether it's bigger nets and things like that. So I have been, there's a lot of ideas that's always going on in my head. There's a lot of things that I wish, that can be done more easily, more seamlessly, so that we can actually save a lot more time. Because at the end of the day, the results matter. However, whatever that we were taught, whatever that we were given, does not mean that we we are going to use it in future. So that's why I encourage, you know, everybody to really think through what else can be done in terms of, you know, bigger nets, bigger breeder box, better breeder box, or things like that. So I would really encourage that. And then, you know, coming back to having imbalance and balance again, you know, having that imbalance is critical. You know, sacrificing the time to do the things that is required is also inevitable, because if you really want to progress on, that will be a sacrifice that you have to make, regardless whether it's your personal time, your family time, or things like that. There will be some form of sacrifice in that sense, or, you know, not watching TV or Netflix or things like that. So these are some of the things that would really encourage breeders to actually drive at, because the more breeders that are focusing on the quality and the sharing of the information, I think that helps the entire community grow in a much better way, so that, you know, everybody can actually enjoy the hobby a lot more than where they are now. I understand when we first came into this hobby, there has been a lot of this you know, a lot of this politics around you know, information not sharing and things like that. So I think we have to put a stop to that, and, you know, to have more open communication, more open sharing session like this. And of course, you know, there will be a lot of opportunistic people who wants to come into the hobby and make a quick one. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Every single industry has that as well. So I think as long as, you know, it's respectful to the community, I think that in itself will serve its purpose. So thank you very much for watching this video, and if you like this video, please remember to give a thumbs up, and please remember to subscribe to my channel, and until next time, peace out.